It came from the internet.
There's certainly no shortage of stories, and we've noticed that when we come back from vacation, it's kind of nice because we've got a huge backlog of stories we wanted to fit into the last year, but we finally are getting a chance to do now.
This one happened while we were away on vacation, and it involves something that you love so much. Mm-hmm. The WHAM Christmas song, the band WHAM, their Christmas song, Last Christmas. Ugh. An Austrian radio station has punished one of its moderators after he locked himself in the studio only to play the song Last Christmas 24 times in a row.
What?
Yep. Only once the DJ's daughter called the studio to beg her dad to stop because the song made everyone mad did he finish his one-song marathon. Tim Boehner, the chief of programming for the radio station, telling Reuters that the disc jockey barricaded the studio with a wooden stick to go ahead and play a prank on all of his listeners. The guy said, in general, it was funny, but there must be consequences. As a consequence, we will have to work on Christmas and on New Year's Eve.
I absolutely will refer anyone who complains about me talking too much about anything in particular to this story. I will say, excuse me, you could have heard Last Christmas 24 consecutive times. You're welcome for not doing that.
We don't play any Christmas songs here.
If anyone who plays that song, I don't care how many times you play it. You could play a snippet of it. You could play the full thing. You could play it 24 times. You should be tried, and you should be convicted, and you should be put in prison for playing that song over public airwaves. Play it all you want to in your car, in your business, whatever. If you subject unwitting people to that song, you should be locked up in prison. Look, I got to be honest with you. Hold on. I'm going to Google something real quick.
Do you dislike the Taylor Swift version or everybody else's version of it, or just the WHAM version?
I dislike that core to that song to its atomic core. Everything about it. I hate the moment it was written. I hate the time-space continuum for allowing that song to ever exist in the first place. Everything about that song needs to be burned and sent into the somewhere. I don't know. All right, here we go. Methods of medieval punishment that this guy should experience. I just Googled it really quickly because this is an unforgivable crime against humanity. All right. I don't have it in front of me. I'm fairly certain this is a violation of the terms of the Geneva Convention. Turns out, I just looked, the Code of Hammurabi doesn't have any information about WHAM songs, but I have a list of, here we go, a list of interesting-sounding medieval and historical torture contraptions that we could try out just for fun.
Just for fun.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into what each one of these does because they're all incredibly vicious and oftentimes disgusting. I'd probably get kicked off the air, but they all sound badass. So here are some things that we could have done to this guy for playing Wham's Last Christmas 24 times. The Brazen Bull, the Judas Cradle, the Iron Maiden, the Chinese Iron Maiden, the Pear of Anguish, which I like. That's any of the local cideries that happen to be making a pear cider. Feel free to go ahead and use the Pear of Anguish as one of the, good names for it. And this is a fun one. Being devoured by rats.
Oof.
Okay. Well, it looks like we've got a whole range of viable options for this individual. Where did you say he was? Austria?
Yep, Austria.
All right, so we're going to have to get a flight to Austria and do a favor to everybody. But you know what? Let's just stick with the old trusty friend. We're going to load this thing up. We're going to put this guy in a rocket ship, point it straight up, and launch it. There we go. There he goes, right into the sun.